Welcome to today's lesson on locating places on the Earth. Maps are like treasure guides. They help us find where things are and how to reach them. A map is more than just a drawing. It has three important components: distance, direction, and symbols. Together, they make maps easy to read and understand. An atlas is a book or collection of maps. There are three main types of maps. Physical maps show natural features like mountains, rivers, and oceans. Political maps show countries, states, and boundaries. And thematic maps highlight special information such as climate or population. Have you ever wondered how a large area fits on a small piece of paper? That's because of the map scale. The scale tells us how distances on the map relate to distances on the ground. Directions are another key element. The four main, or cardinal, directions are north, east, south, and west. We also use intermediate directions like northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Most maps show an arrow marked with N for north. Symbols are used to represent features on a map. A small drawing or icon can stand for a school, a railway station, a river, or even a forest. This way, many details can fit into limited space. Since Earth is not flat, a globe represents it more accurately. To locate places, we use coordinates, latitudes and longitudes, that form a grid around the globe. Latitudes are imaginary lines running east to west, parallel to the equator. The equator is at 0 degrees latitude. The poles are at 90 degrees north and 90 degrees south. Latitudes help us measure distance from the equator. Longitudes are imaginary lines running from the North Pole to the South Pole. They are called meridians of longitude. The prime meridian, passing through Greenwich, London, is marked as 0 degrees longitude. By combining latitude and longitude, we can find the exact location of any place on Earth. For example, Delhi is located at 29 degrees north latitude and 77 degrees east longitude. Longitudes are imaginary lines running from the North Pole to the South Pole. These are called meridians. The prime meridian at 0 degrees longitude, passing through Greenwich, is the reference point for all longitudes. At the point where 0 degrees latitude and 0 degrees longitude meet, lies a spot called Null Island. It isn't a real island, but it's used in mapping software as a reference point. To measure longitudes, we need to define a reference point called the prime meridian. It is also called Greenwich Meridian because, in the year 1884, some nations decided that the meridian passing through Greenwich, an area of London in England, would become the international standard for the prime meridian. It is marked as 0 degrees longitude. The parallels of latitude and the meridians of longitude together on the globe as blue lines. All these lines together constitute a grid for the globe. They are also called grid lines. As Earth rotates from west to east, different parts experience day and night at different times. That's why we divide the world into time zones, each usually spanning 15 degrees of longitude. If it is 12 noon at Greenwich, it will be 1 p.m. at 15 degrees east, 2 p.m. at 30 degrees east, and so on. Going westward, the time decreases. Countries adopt a standard time instead of many local times. For example, Indian Standard Time is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. Time zones are shown on maps, but their boundaries are not straight lines. They adjust to follow country borders and practical needs. On the opposite side of the prime meridian lies the international date line. Crossing it eastward means you subtract a day, and crossing it westward means you add a day.